Hello and welcome to another walkthrough video. In this one, we're going to take a look at Wisp. So let's get started. So taking a look at the build, growing power for ability strength when applying speed assist with your weapons. Ram sure for it for knockdown resistance. If you don't have this one, you can use handspring instead. Blind reach, transient fortitude, augur secrets for ability strength. Prime continuity, augur messages, and narrow-minded for duration. To balance out the negative range with narrow-minded, I'm using stretch. The reason I'm not using maxed out narrow-minded is because I don't want the range to be completely gone. So that's why I'm using rank 4. You can try to test it out yourself what rank you'd like to use, because for me rank 4 is my sweet spot for this one, but it will depend on what personally you like to use, so feel free to try it out yourself. Fuse reservoir. What fuse reservoir will basically do is give you a fourth option on your modes ability to place down all 3 modes at the same time. It does cost more energy, but it is absolutely useful, especially when you're doing any mission, right? You don't have to put down every single one of them one at a time. You can basically put them all down at the same time. Though if you are farming for materials with the Cora, I will recommend try not to use this one then. Go for augur reach to give you more range, and you can only put down haste and vitality moves at a time, but that is only if you're doing a particular farm. Otherwise 100% recommended to use fuse reservoir. Molt vigor. On operator ability, it gives you additional ability strength, so that's why I'm using it. Really great, and especially combined with empower that I'm using on this, it gives you almost 4-5 times health. It is really great. Arcane energize, this is personal preference. You can use arcane deflection, you can use arcane resistance, you can use arcane guardian. Whichever one you want to use, it's up to you which you want to use, but arcane energize is my personal preference, which I like to use. You can even go for more deficiency. While your shields are up, you can basically get additional duration, but the thing is it didn't increase it much, so that's why I'm not using it. I'm going with arcane energize. So if you're using Wisp for Eidolon hearts, what I recommend is using corrosive projection if you're not full stripping the Eidolon. If you are full stripping the Eidolon, you can use any other aura mod because it's not going to matter much. But I'm sure for it, again, for knockdown resistance, use handspring if you don't have this one still. Blind reach, transient fortitude, strength, prime continuity, narrow-minded, augur messages, duration, rolling guard to make you invincible for 3 seconds plus serious cleanse. When the Eidolon roars, I personally like to use rolling guard at the time. You can use adaptation in this slot as well. Fuse reservoir, again, I'm using it because I like to put down all 3 moves at the same time. Stretch for a little range to balance out negative range on narrow-minded. Molt vigor, again, for ability strength. Arcane nullifier is what I personally like to use, so whenever the Eidolon roars, you don't get hit with the magnetic Cetus effect, but I will recommend using another arcane instead of this one if you are using rolling guard. So yeah, that is the Eidolon build and the main build as well. I've subsumed roar from Rhino on this build because I like to give my squad a little bit of damage boost. That's why it's there. You can use empower again in this slot, but I personally like to use roar for Eidolons. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. If you did, be sure to leave a like, share with your friends, comment if you have any questions, subscribe for more walkthrough content. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.